I do want to start by giving thanks. Your Excellency, Cardinal Turkson, Sister Helen, thank you so much for inviting us to be in such a remarkable place, encouraging us to, over the years, organize these events. We're so happy that after many years of organizing this event online, we're finally able to come to this extremely special place again. Dr. Betsy Parker, what can I say? Thank you for your support, for your guidance. I think for all of you, Betsy Parker is an extraordinary person with just the most interesting life. She doesn't like talking about herself whenever she has the mic, but I do encourage you during the coffee breaks to approach her. She will want to hear from you, so she'll ask you questions and want to hear from you. But do ask her about her life, because she's just a remarkable person and, of course, massive support to us. So thank you so much. This event would also not be possible without the help of Gabriela and her tireless work over the last few months. Yeah. Her extraordinary attention to the details of each of our needs, the visa, the flight, etc. Of course, Kayla and Raquel, who put together a program to set us up for a very successful and constructive set of days. As you all know, Raquel leads SDSN Youth for the last year, but she does so with a phenomenal team that I call the dream team of SDSN, our program lead. So we have Antonio, we have Bessie, who is the deputy program lead sitting with Phil, we have Nardos, we have Valentina, and unfortunately our colleague Faith was not able to make it here, but they are part of the SDSN Youth choral leadership and have been doing a phenomenal work over the last few years. And I'm starting with these words of gratitude, but want to pick up, Sister Helen, what you've invited us to do, to think about hope as the key message of this Jubilee year. Because I believe Pope Francis spoke in an Angelus a few years ago about how gratitude changes the world. And when we change the world, we invite hope. You spoke about how hope is what can make us active in the face of despair, not a passive waiting. It's that thing that brings the future to light in the present. So in this, with these inspirational words, I invite all of us to imagine a world where every single young person is given the opportunity to thrive. They're given access to the learning they need, to the essential healthcare, to a thriving, also natural world that will inspire them and that will soothe them in times of sadness or despair, and where they can create, where they can innovate, and where ultimately they can lead. And this is the world that our countries, each and every one of our countries, committed to in the Summit of the Future. And this was not 20 years ago or something that no one remembers. It happens a few months ago. So our countries committed to, and I will read a few of their specific commitments, to investing in young people's social and economic development, meaning scaling up the investments in health, in education, and social protection that you need and your children will need. Defending the rights and dignity of all people, especially young and vulnerable youth, eradicating violence, all forms of discrimination, and tackling climate change so that you and your children will also enjoy that natural world that is also so inspiring and, again, so soothing, at least for me. Empowering youth voices in decision-making, creating mechanisms so that you can contribute to policy-making, to decision-making processes in your countries, but also at the global level, and strengthening youth engagement on the global scale. We hope that this forum today is part of this engagement at the global scale. Jeff mentioned something that I believe is my biggest learning of many, many learnings after 12 years working at SDSN under his leadership, And it's this idea that sometimes countries commit to things that they're not able to achieve because the challenges are so complex. Sometimes the policymaker has a mandate of 4 years, but this challenge spans decades, multiple sectors, multiple countries. And sometimes they're not able to deliver because they don't know how. And so I've over and over heard Jeff say, let's put the plan together. Let's bring that to member states, to policymakers, to city officials. And I can tell you that I have seen with my eyes, being the lead of the networks program, how at the local level, there is thirst for this. There is thirst for ideas. There is thirst for plans, for solutions. And so I think the program that Kayla and Raquel put together for the next 2 days invite us precisely to do that. Let's think about how these commitments of the Summit of the Future could be achieved. Let's think about how each and every one of you can go back home and contribute to achieving these objectives. And of course, as the SN Youth, Raquel will speak briefly about it in a minute, but is here to support you from Monday onwards. So you will be here together for the next 2 days, but then go back home and come back to us with ideas. If you're a member of SDSN Youth already, that's fantastic. If you're not, we invite you to join. But if you're a member of an organization, a youth organization that is very active in your community and that's what makes sense to you, amazing. Let us know and we'll work with that community because this is what we want to do. We want to cooperate and we want to be effective. And so once again, thank you all for coming, for leaving behind your country, your family, your work, your studies, to be here with us for the next 2 days. I'm so eager to hear from you. I believe that we come from over 30 countries, and I think the vast majority of us in the room are below 35 years old. So really, we're here to listen to you and to co-create those solutions. Thanks again.